Hello ladies and gentlemen, Zackary 2x4 here, and welcome to another Minecraft vehicle tutorial. This tutorial is going to be a bit of a different one, and is going to be a dedicated tutorial. This tutorial is dedicated to all first responders that were present at the attacks of 9/11, who showed bravery, courage, and sacrifice to try to save the lives of others in a situation that was just crazy for the time. These, men and women were running into buildings that were on the brink of collapsing, trying to save whoever they could, and in return, many lost their own lives. Ladder Company 3 received some of the heaviest casualties of any fire company in the New York Fire Department, losing most of its men in the September 11th attacks. The company reported to the North Tower of the World Trade Center, where Captain Patrick "Patty" Brown and his men were last known to be on the 35th floor of the tower. The company arrived at the World Trade Center running heavy, meaning they carried more men than would be on a shift. As the attacks came during a shift change, and both shifts remained on duty. So the truck itself was completely totaled in the collapse of the buildings, the whole front of it basically being completely smashed. The truck itself can now be found in the World Trade Center Memorial Museum, and it's crazy to see the truck. It's completely totaled, the whole front of it completely smashed, but this is what the truck roughly looked like before it was obviously crushed. So this video is in dedication to the 9/11 first responders. Obviously this video is a little bit late, and I wanted to get it out obviously on the actual date of 9/11, but I just unfortunately did not have the time to get it out, and was kind of a last minute build I decided to go ahead and put together. So hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the build itself, and kind of see exactly what we're going to be building. It's a pretty nice fire truck design overall as well, so really cool. And is this a cool build overall, just to kind of remember and never forget 9/11 and all that stuff. So starting off with, we have the front of it up here. So for front of it, pretty standard kind of fire truck. It's got the siren on the front here. These two little posts, or kind of like metal poles that stuck up. I'm not 100% sure what those are. Maybe radio antennas, not sure. They kind of stuck up, but they're pretty solid. Of course, the different emergency lights and also headlights, front grille. This is the cab right here of the truck, obviously for the crew to be, in there. Lots of uses of banners I'll be showing you guys. We'll have a whole separate part of the tutorial dedicated to just getting all the banners structured. They're overall pretty simple in design, but are basically all around the truck, and which really definitely gives the truck a little bit more life to it. Definitely gives it a nice kind of color, and has that really nice New York fire truck feel to it, which has this kind of like white and yellow striping that kind of runs throughout the truck. We have obviously more emergency lights here, different various stuff. They have this equipment kind of strapped to the sides here. Not 100% sure what it's for. Kind of look like those prodding sticks they have, maybe for like poking or through walls and stuff like that. That's what it looked like they have there on the side there. Different boxes, compartments and stuff like that for all the fire gear. Right on the side here of the ladder, we have ladder 3 right on the side, which looks really nice. Back here is the base section of the ladder and all that stuff, so pretty nice ladder overall. Continue on to the back here, nothing too fancy, nothing too different, just some more emergency hazard lights. And we also have the steps up there to the ladder itself. Overall, it's a really nice fire truck design, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it if you guys are using it for your city, or just building it to have a little memorial, whatever you guys are doing with it. Definitely a cool build, and hopefully something we can use to remember 9/11. Anyway guys, hopefully you guys all enjoy this build, and with that, let's go ahead and move into our first part of the tutorial, which is going to be setting up all the banners so that we have them all ready to go, and we can go and use them throughout the build and everything like that. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to basically making all the banners we need for this build. Alright guys, so moving on to basically making our banners. To get started, we're going to go ahead and try to do the lettering right here for obviously ladder 3, which is going to be located here on the ladder itself. So let's go ahead and get started. Now for all these letters, we're going to go ahead and need 2 of each of these banners. So if you're making these in survival, whatever, but in creative, you're pretty much good to go, but making these in survival, you will need 2. And we also will need a total of 3 number 3s for the build as well. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now, the first thing we're going to do obviously is go into a crafting table to make the letter L. We're going to go ahead and take a red banner, place down a red banner there in the center. We then want to go ahead and take bone meal. We're going to make a line of bone meal underneath it like this, so we get a banner that looks like that. We're going to grab that banner, put it back down in the middle of our crafting table, put down a row of bone meal along the left side, grab our banner again. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves rose red. We're going to place this around the banner like that to create a frame, and this right here is going to give you your letter L. So we get something that looks like that. After we have that done, we want to go and then make our A. So for our A here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves another red banner. We're going to go and take bone meal, place it down here along the left side, grab like that. We're going to place bone meal, go across the top, grab that as well. Bone meal across the right side. So you have this, basically looks like an upside down U. We then want to place down a row that is a bone meal that's going to go across the middle. So just like that, we get an A. We then want to take rose red again, and we're going to place down a border of rose red all the way around to create your letter A. Alright guys, move on to the letter D. For D, we want to go ahead and place down a red banner. In the center here, we're going to place down a row of bone meal across the top, a row of bone meal across the bottom, and a row of bone meal across the right side like that. We're going to grab a banner which is going to look like a backwards C. Once we have that done, we're going to place down vines on the bottom here and rose red to the side. We should get something that looks like this, almost kind of like a claw. We're going to grab the banner again. We then want to take our bone meal. We're going to place down a row of bone meal along the left side, grab our banner, and just take rose red and place a border around the block just like that, and that's going to create your letter D. And you will need a total of 2 of these for both sides, so you're going to need a total of 4 Ds just like that. After that's done, we're going to make the E. So we're going to go ahead and place down a banner again in the middle. We're going to place down a row of bone meal on the bottom, grab that, place down a row of bone meal across the top, grab it again, place down a row of bone meal across the middle, grab that, and we also need a row of bone meal down the side, grab that as well. We're then going to place down a row of rose red all the way around, and that's going to create your letter E. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some more banners. We're going to go ahead and make the letter R. So for this, we're going to place down a red banner in the middle here. We're going to place down a row of bone meal along the side there. We're going to place down a row of bone meal across the top, like so. And then we want to go ahead and make a diagonal line, like that across for the letter R. And then we're just going to take rose red and place it down all the way to create our letter R. So we should get something that looks like that, and right there that spells ladder. Alright, so moving on to our number 3. So for number 3, we're going to go ahead and go into our crafting table again, place down a red banner, place down a row of bone meal across, grab our banner, a row of bone meal down the side, grab our banner, a row of bone meal across the bottom, grab our banner. We're also going to need a row across the middle, like that, and we're just going to take our rose red again and place down rose red all the way, so it's just all the way around, so it's just like creating a backwards E. And that's going to be right there for ladder 3. And you should get something like that, and that's going to do it for the lettering and everything like that. Let's move on to the lines on the sides. Alright, so continuing on, we're going to go ahead and start off by making this nice horizontal line that goes across throughout the build. We're going to need a good amount of these banners as well, so let's go ahead and get started for this. So for this, we're going to use a yellow banner this time. We want to go ahead and start by placing down a white line of bone meal across the middle, like that. And then we want to place down a row of rose red across the top here, and also a row of rose red across the bottom. And that's going to create a design that looks just like this. We go ahead and place it down. You can see that we have a nice kind of banner here with white and yellow stripes on both sides of the white stripe. Once that's done there, we're going to go ahead and move on to this kind of angled one here, which is a little bit different. We will need one for both sides. So for this, going back to our crafting table, we're going to place down, again, a yellow banner that's going to be on the crafting table like this. We're going to place down a diagonal row of bone meal across, so you get something that looks like that. We then want to place down a rose red block in the top left hand corner. We're going to grab it like that, and then we want to place down a row of 3 rose red across the bottom to create something that looks like that. That right there is going to go right here, and this is going to be for the left side of the truck. Alright, so now we have to make the right side diagonal line. So for this, it's going to be basically the same thing, but reversed. So we're going to go and place down a yellow banner again on the crafting table. We then want to place down a, diagonal white line that's going to be from, this side going down instead of going this way. We're going to grab the banner like that. We're going to go and place down a red block up here in the top corner. And we're then going to place down a row of rose red across the bottom, like that, and you should get something that looks like this. So it's basically exactly like this one, but you can see it's flipped the opposite way. The last set of banners we need to make are for the back of the fire truck. So for these, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a yellow banner again. We're going to place it down in the middle, or like this on the crafting bench. We're going to place down a row of rose red across the middle. We're going to grab that, and we're also going to take light gray dye, place down a row across the top, and also a row across the bottom. Just like that, and you'll get a banner that looks something like this. And you're going to have that, and that'll be something we use it for the back there as well. Once you guys have that all those banners made, you'll be pretty much good to go. And we can go ahead and start off with the build by moving on to our first layer, which is going to be layer 1. Alright guys, so moving on to our first layer, we'll be going ahead and starting off with layer 1. For layer 1, what we want to do to get started is we're going to place down 2 nether brick upside down stairs back to back. So it's going to be just like this, 2 nether brick stairs back to back, like that. Pretty simple there. We're then going to go from this nether brick stair here, so we're going to have our vehicle facing that way. We're going to place down a row of 3 of stone brick top slabs across, nether brick upside down stair, and another nether brick upside down stair right behind it. So you get something that kind of looks just like that for your front axles. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves placeholder blocks. We want to go ahead and place down a block coming off of each of these nether brick stairs, just like that. We're then going to place down a iron trapdoor coming off those 2 placeholder blocks. We can delete these placeholder blocks now. We're going to place down 2 more iron trapdoors going toward the front, and 1 and 2. And then we're going to place down a row of 3 across, like that, to connect them across, like so. After that's finished, we're going to go back to these wheels here. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. A magenta wool placeholder block, followed by an iron trapdoor on both sides. We're then going to break the spaces here in between the iron trapdoor and the nether brick stair. So we have a nice space left open here. And in that place, we're going to place down a black banner coming off those 2 iron trapdoors for the mud flaps. Continuing on, back from this iron trapdoor, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 iron trapdoors back. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 iron trapdoors back like that. After that's done, we're going to skip a space, place down another set of nether brick upside down stairs back to back of each other for the start of the rear axles. We can delete this placeholder block. Also, in between these stairs here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone brick top slabs, so you get something that looks like this so far from up above. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and skip another space of 1, place down another set of 2 nether brick upside down stairs back to back. This is going to be the last axle on the build, so just like that. Again, a row of stone brick top slabs across between these stairs. After that, we're going to go ahead and skip another space. Coming off the nether brick stairs, we're going to place down a brick top slab on both sides, break those magenta wool blocks. We then want to place down an iron trapdoor on both sides with a black banner coming off the iron trapdoor like that, again for the mud flaps. In between these banners, we're going to place down a row of what is going to be a row of 3 of iron trapdoors across, and then we're going to place down a second row of 3 of iron trapdoors coming off those 3, just like that. So looking at it from above, you should have stuff that looks just like this for the base so far of ladder 3. Once you have that done, that is going to do it for layer 1, and with that we'll move on to layer 2. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 2. For layer 2, we're going to start off this layer by going ahead and going to all these nether brick upside down stairs and placing down 2 nether brick stairs back to back on top of the upside down stairs. All the way around, just to go ahead and complete your wheels and give them a nice circular-ish feel. And just like that, you have your wheels complete for the truck. With that finished, let's go ahead and continue on. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and grab ourselves cyan stained clay. We're going to place down 2 rows of 3 here in between these nether brick stairs like that for the front. After that, going toward the front of the vehicle, we're going to place down another row of 3 of cyan stained clay across, followed by a stone brick upside down stair on both sides, like so for part of the fenders. After that's done, we're going to place down another row of 3 of cyan stained clay across the middle. We're going to grab ourselves a red wool block. We're going to place down a red wool block on both sides like that. We're going to grab our red wool blocks actually, and we're going to place down a row of 5 all the way across the front like so. After you have that done, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on top of these 2 iron trapdoors on the corners here, just like that with their backs facing toward each other. We're going to place down a stone slab behind the stone brick stairs on both sides, and a stone slab full block there in the middle. Coming off the stone slab full block, we're going to place down a stone button. And we then want to place down a sign on the stone slab and also the stone brick stair, like that across the front. We're then going to grab ourselves an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame on the front of the stairs with a red stained glass block in it, like that, for some of the emergency lights. After that's all done right here, we're going to go back to this section. So going toward the rear now, we're going to start off by placing down a row 3 of sign snake clay off this row 3, followed by a stone brick upside down stair on both sides. Come off this stone brick stair, we're going to place down an item frame with a red stained glass block in it, like that, for again some emergency lights. Continuing on, we're going to place down a row 3 of sign snake clay across the middle, followed by a red stained clay block on both sides. We're going to go to repeat this a total of 2 more times. So we're going to have 2 more rows of 3 of sign snake clay with our red wool along the sides. We then actually want to do this a 3rd time, so we have another row of it across all the way. This time, however, we're going to place down a stone brick stair, like this on both sides. After that's done, we're going to place down a row 3 of sign snake clay across the middle, red wool block on both sides. We're then going to place down a tripwire hook on both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down another row 3 of sign snake clay across the middle, red wool block on both sides, and a stone button on this red wool block, just like that on both sides. After that's done, we're going to place down a row 3 of sign snake clay across the middle, followed by a stone brick upside down stair on both sides. After that's done, we're going to place down another row 3 sign snake clay and another row like that in between those nether brick stairs. Continuing on, we're going to place down a row 3 between the nether brick stairs here, and we're going to place down a stone brick top slab like this on both sides of that row. Again, 2 rows of 3 of sign snake clay in between these nether brick stairs. Back at this section here, we're going to place down a row 3 of sign snake clay across, a stone brick upside down stair on both sides like that. After that's finished, we're going to place down a row 3 of sign snake clay across the middle, a polished andesite block on both sides on top of that brick top slab, and we're also going to place down a stone button on the side of this polished andesite block. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves sign snake clay, place down a row 3 across, a red wool block on both sides with a wither skeleton skull coming off the red stained clay block, or red wool block on both sides. Go back to this section here, we're going to place down a brick slab on both sides like this, followed by a row 3 of polished andesite in between the brick slabs like that. We also want to grab ourselves some yellow stained glass. We're going to place down an item frame on both sides of this row 3 of polished andesite, and we're going to place down yellow stained glass in the item frames like that for more of the emergency lights. After that's all done right there, that is going to do it for layer 2. With that, let's move on to layer 3. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer 3. For layer 3, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a row 3 of sign stained clay across the front here, followed by a row 3 of ladders across as well. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and need to grab ourselves a red wool block. We're going to place down a red wool block on both sides of that row 3 of sign stained clay. We're also going to place down an item frame on the 2 red stained clay blocks with glass blocks or glass panes in like that to create your front headlights, followed by end rods on top of the 2 stone brick stairs. After that's complete there, we're going to take our red wool. We're going to place down 1 and 2 blocks back along the sides here, 1 and 2. We will want to then go ahead and take our sign stained clay. We're going to place down a row 3 across the middle here, followed by a second row after that. We're going to grab ourselves stone brick stairs, place down a stone brick upside down stair, and another one upside down facing it like that for the fenders. And same thing over here, just like that. We're also going to grab ourselves a tripwire hook, and we're going to place down a tripwire hook coming off this red stained clay block, or this red wool block right here on top of that stone brick upside down stair. After that's done right there, we're going to go take our red wool blocks. We're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 back on both sides, 1 and 2. On your second one, we're going to place down a tripwire hook on both sides. We're going to place down another 1 and 2 red wool blocks back, both sides, and again a tripwire hook on the second red wool block. We're going to place down a red wool block both sides, followed by another red wool block on both sides. This time we're going to place down a stone button on this red wool block on both sides like that. And we're going to place down another red wool block like this that's shown on top of this one, and another stone button on both sides like so. We also want to grab ourselves a birchwood fence post. We're going to place it down on the right side here. And on the other side, we're going to go and grab ourselves a nether brick fence post. And we're going to place down a nether brick fence post on this stone brick stair right here. After that's done right there, continuing on, we're going to take our polished andesite. So we'll need to grab some polished andesite. We're going to place down a polished andesite block on both sides like this. This is going to have an item frame with a red stained glass block in it. So let's grab one. We're going to place down a red stained glass block in this item frame. Again, this is on both sides, polished andesite. We then want to go and place down a row of 3 of cyan stained clay, or 2 rows of 3 of cyan stained clay across the middle like so. We're going to grab ourselves stone brick stairs again, place down a stone brick upside down stair, facing each other like this on both sides. After that's done right there, we're going to take our cyan stained clay blocks, place down a row of 5 all the way across, followed by a stone button on both sides like that. Continue on, we're going to place down another row of 3 of, or another 2 rows of 3 of cyan stained clay. Again, just like we did the fenders on the axle before, we're going to place down 2 stone brick stairs facing each other, just like that. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 5 of cyan stained clay all the way across. We're going to place down a item frame on both ends with a red stained glass block on it, or in it, just like that, again on both sides. After that's done, we're going to place down another row of 3 of cyan stained clay across the middle. We're then going to place down a anvil on top of this polished andesite block on both sides, and a sign on the side of the anvil, just like that on both sides. After that's done, we're going to grab ourselves red wool. We're going to place down a red wool block on both sides like that, followed by a tripwire hook coming off of both those red wool blocks. On the back section here, we're going to take our polished andesite blocks, we're going to place down one like this on both sides, followed by a stone brick upside down stair there in the middle. Coming off the 2 polished andesite blocks on either side here, we're going to place down 2 item frames. We're going to grab ourselves some more red stained glass. We're going to place down red stained glass in those item frames. We also want to grab ourselves some quartz slabs. We're going to place down a quartz slab on both sides of those polished andesite blocks, just like that, to finish off the back. Once you have that done, that's going to do it for layer 3. With that, let's move on to layer 4. Alright guys, moving on to layer 4. For layer 4, we're going to go ahead and start by taking cyan stained clay. We're going to place down a row of 3 across, followed by a row of 3 of ladders across, just like that. We then want to place down a red wool block on both sides like this, with an item frame on the red wool block and also another red stained glass block in the item frame. We're also going to place down one more end rod up like this on both sides, just like that. After we have that done, we're going to take our red wool blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 back. 1, 2, and 3 back like that on both sides. We're going to grab ourselves a skeleton skull, place down a skeleton skull on both sides on this 4th red wool block back like that. At this point here, we're also going to grab these banners here that have the white and yellow stripes. We're going to go and place down a row of 3 of banners along the sides here. And it's going to be the same thing here on both sides, just like that. After that's finished there, we're going to go ahead and take our red wool blocks. We're going to go ahead and, again, place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 back. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 back. We're going to grab our yellow banners again. We're going to place down 1 and 2 yellow banners on the side here, followed by your number 3 red banner. And then we're going to place down a another one of these yellow banners like this. Same thing over here. 1, 2, and then a number 3 and a yellow banner like that. When we get to this point here, we will need to go ahead and grab our 2 banners we made. So these are the 2 banners here that are made at this slight angle. Now, the first banner we're going to use is the banner for this side. This one is going to be placed down, and it should look something like this. The other banner we're going to use for the opposite side, which should be placed down right here, and it will look just like that. So you can kind of notice here that they're supposed to be going back toward this direction. For example, if we were to use the other side's banner on this side, you can see it's facing the wrong way. So you can kind of tell there what banner you need to use. Anyways, once we have those banners in place, we're going to place down a birchwood fence post on the we'll come off the red wool block over here on the right side, and we're going to place down another brick fence post coming off the left side one. Continuing on, over here on the right side, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall with a cyan stained clay block behind it. Over here on the left side, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to just place down a red wool block. So you can see just a standard red wool block right there. Nothing special about it. We then want to go ahead and go back from this cobblestone wall, and this red wool block, we're going to place down one more red wool block. Going back on both sides, we're going to place down a tripwire hook, both sides. From these red wool blocks here, we're going to go back 1, 2, and 3 blocks. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to place down, again, a tripwire hook on both sides of the 3rd block back. We're then going to place down another 1, 2, and 3 red wool blocks back. 1, 2, and 3. And a tripwire hook on both sides again. After that, we're going to place down 1 and 2 red wool blocks back. A tripwire hook. 1 and 2. And a tripwire hook. And then we just want to place down a red wool block like that on both sides. With that all done, across the back here, we're going to grab ourselves polished andesite. We're just going to place down a row of 3 of polished andesite across the back, followed by a brick stair like this, or sorry, a brick slab on both sides like that in the corners. Once you guys have that all done, that's going to do it for layer 4. With that, let's move on to layer 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5, we're going to go ahead and start off by taking our light gray stained glass. We're going to place down a row of 5 across the front here like that. We then want to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass blocks going back on both sides. We're also going to place down the wither skeleton skull coming off the light gray stained glass full block like that on both sides, and that will be the start there for your side mirrors. After that's complete there, we're going to grab ourselves a quartz block. We're going to place down a quartz block on both sides, followed by a skeleton skull, or my bad, not a skeleton skull, a end rod that is going to be on top of this skeleton skull like that on both sides. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and place down a light gray stained glass block on both sides, followed by a quartz full block both sides, a light gray stained glass full block on both sides, and also again a quartz full block on both sides like that. On top of this banner right here, for the previous layer, we're going to place down an end rod on top of it, and same thing over here, just like that on both sides. Continuing on, we're going to place down a red wool block like this on both sides. We also want to go ahead and go in between these quartz blocks. We're going to place down a row of 3 quartz blocks in the middle there, just to kind of close off the cab section. And in this place right here, we're going to go ahead and grab polished andesite. We're going to place down a row of 3 polished andesite in between those red wool blocks. Continuing on, we're then going to go ahead and place down a red wool block on both sides here with, again, a row of 3 polished andesite across. We're also going to grab ourselves a stone brick stair. We're going to place down a stone brick stair coming off the red wool block like that on both sides. After that's complete there, we will need to go ahead and grab ourselves some stone slabs. We're going to place down a row of 3 stone slabs across the middle, followed by a cobblestone wall over here on the right side, and on the left side a red wool block. After this cobblestone wall here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red wool blocks back. And over here on the left side, we're also going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 red wool blocks back as well. We're going to grab our banners again with the lines across it. We're going to go ahead and basically take our banners and run it all the way along this row here of red wool, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. So take our banners and run it all the way along here like so. After that's all complete there, on the inside, we're going to take some stone slabs. We're going to place down another row of stone slabs. So we have 2 rows of 3 here stone slabs. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 rows here of these stone slabs going back. When we get to this section here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves polished andesite again, and also some cobblestone walls. We're going to place down a polished andesite block right here, followed by a cobblestone wall on both sides. We then want to place down a row of 3 of polished andesite across, followed by a second row of 3, a third row of 3, and then across this back section here, we're going to place down a 4th row of polished andesite blocks going back. We then want to place down a quartz slab here, come off this red wool block on both sides, just like that. Across the back here, we're going to grab ourselves our banners that we have that have the yellow and red stripe across. We're going to place down the gray banners across the back there like so. And once we have that all complete, that is going to do it for layer 5. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 6. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer 6. So for layer 6, we're going to start off by taking light gray stained glass panes. We're going to place down a row of 7 across the front here. This row of 5 of light gray stained glass full block. So you have a pane that sticks out on both sides there, and those will be kind of like your side mirrors. After that, we're going to go back from the basically on top of these 2 light gray stained glass blocks here. Going back, we're going to place down another 2 light gray stained glass blocks on top of those. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a light blue hardened stained clay block. We're going to place it down on both sides. This is meant to represent the kind of like the logo or the end sign, I guess, of the ladder number 3. They had their own little symbol and everything, and that's what that's meant to represent. It's, you know, the best I can really do with the scale of it. So just like that, and a skeleton skull on both sides, like so. We also want to go ahead and take stone slabs. We're going to place down a row of 3 stone top slabs in between these light gray stained glass full blocks, and also in between these light blue clay blocks. Continuing on, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block again on both sides here, and again a row of 3 of these stone top slabs across. We're going to place down a quartz full block on both sides like this, again with the row of 3 of light stone slabs. We're then going to place down another light gray glass block both sides, a row of 3 of stone top slabs in between, and then we're just going to go ahead and take some quartz slabs, place down a full row of quartz blocks all the way across like that. And we just also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a skeleton skull, place down a skeleton skull on both sides. After that's done right there, we're going to go ahead and place down a cobblestone wall on both sides like this. We're going to grab ourselves stone brick slabs. We're going to place down a row of 3 stone brick slabs on top of the row of 3s here of polished andesite. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a birchwood fence post. We're going to place it down over here on the right side. And on the opposite side, we're going to place down another brick fence post going up like that. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves polished andesite. We are going to go ahead and place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 of polished andesite along the side here. Same thing over here on this side. We're going to place down a tripwire hook. That's going to come off the center polished andesite block with a sign on both sides. Same thing over here. Tripwire hook and a sign on both sides of it, like that. After that's done, over here on the right side, and the right side only, we're going to place down a iron bar, or sorry, an end rod. That's going to go up like that. And we also want to take some light gray carpet and go back from the end rod 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over here on this side, the left side, we're going to place down a row 5 of light gray carpet going back. Once we get to this point here, we're going to take our red wool blocks. We're going to place down a red wool block on top of those 2 cobblestone walls right here. In between them, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick slab, like that. Coming off the red wool blocks, we're going to grab ourselves brick, and we're going to place down a row of 2 of brick top slabs, like that, coming off those red wool blocks. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and grab polished andesite blocks again. We're going to place down a polished andesite block, going back from those 2 red wool blocks. We then want to place down a stone brick stair, going back from those 2 polished andesite blocks. In between the polished andesite blocks, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, and in between the stone brick stairs, we're going to place down a stone brick slab as well. Coming off the stone brick stairs and slab, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone brick slabs across the back. Along the sides here, we're going to place down 2 stone brick stairs facing each other, like that on both sides, like so. And we also want to go ahead and place down a light gray carpet on top of this red wool block there on the sides. After that's done, on the back here, we're going to place down a acacia wood slab on both sides like that. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves another brick fence post. We're going to place down another brick fence post on both sides, followed by a what is going to be a iron trap door in the middle. And we're just going to take signs, place down a sign on the 2 nether brick fence posts and a sign on the iron trap door there, just like that. After that's all done right there, that's going to do it for layer 6. With that, let's go ahead and move on to layer 7. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 7. For layer 7, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a stone brick slab on the center stone slab block like this, followed by 2 brick slabs going off into both directions like that. After we have that done, we're going to place down a row of 5 of white carpet across. Going ahead and continuing along, we're going to place down a white carpet on these 2 light gray glass blocks, just like that on both sides. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and place down another white carpet on both sides, followed by a cobblestone wall on both sides, or basically in between all these 2 stone slab blocks on both sides. Going back from this, we're going to place down again a white carpet on both sides. We're then going to place down a skeleton skull after that cobblestone wall like that on both sides. We're then going to place down 2 white carpets back on top of the quartz blocks and the light gray stained glass blocks. We're going to grab ourselves some quartz slabs, place down 2 quartz slabs going back from those 2 skeleton skulls. And then lastly, we're just going to place down a quartz slab on the 2 corner quartz full blocks there and a row of white carpet across, just like that. For the ladder itself, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall like this on both sides. We're going to grab ourselves end rods and place down a row of 3 here of end rods that go across, just like that. After that's all finished right there, I'm going to go and real quickly remove these banners on the side here just so I can see the ladder detail and exactly how I did it. So for this, we're going to start off by going from basically from these end rods here. We're going to go and place down a row of was going to be a row of 3 back of stone brick top slabs. So just like that, a row of 3 back. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick stair. We're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. After that, row of 3 of stone brick top slabs. So just like that. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves red wool. We're going to place down 2 red wool blocks. Going back from those stone brick stairs there. We're then going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. On both sides, a stone brick top slab going back with a sign on the side of it. Both sides. And then we just want to go ahead and place down a stone brick stair. Like this on both sides. Again, a sign on the side of this one as well. And behind this stair, we're going to place down a stone brick slab. We then want to grab ourselves some end rods. We're going to go ahead and place down an end rod in between these stone brick slabs, in between the stone brick stairs, and in between the stone brick top slabs like that. And then we want to place down a stone brick top slab coming in between those 2 stone brick upside down stairs, like so. Over here on the right side only, we have this end rod right here. We're going to go ahead and place down a stone slab on top of it. And we're also going to place down 2 skeleton skulls coming off of both sides of it, like so. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some nether brick fence posts. We're going to place down 1 and 2 on top of those 2 stone brick stairs. Same thing over here on this side. And we're also going to go to the back here and place down another nether brick fence post going up on both sides there, like that, continuing that up like so. After that, that's going to do it for layer 7. With that, let's go ahead and move on to layer 8. Alright guys, so moving on to layer 8. For layer 8, we're going to go ahead and start off by taking some nether brick fence posts. We're going to place down 2 nether brick fence posts on top of these 2, like that. And we're also going to place down 1 more nether brick fence post on top of these 2, like that, across the back there. We then want to go ahead and go to our stone brick stairs here to place down a light gray carpet on both sides, followed by a stone brick half slab after that light gray carpet. We're then going to go ahead and place down a stone brick upside down stair on both sides like this. After that, we're going to place down another stone brick upside down stair coming off that stair like this. This time it's going to be facing the stair, so you get something that looks like that. On the back of this stair here, another upside down stair and another stair facing it. So again, just like that. Same thing over here on this side. After that, we're going to place down again a stone brick upside down stair on both sides, another stone brick upside down stair, just like that. So you have something that looks like that along the side here. We then want to go ahead and place down a stone brick top slab on both sides, like so. When you get to this section here, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair on top of those cobblestone walls. So just like this on both sides here. And in this section in between here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair behind it, just like this. And coming off that stone brick stair, we're going to place down a regular stone brick stair, like that. So you have something that kind of looks like this for this section here. Behind this stair here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair. Go ahead and continue down, place down another stone brick stair facing it. Behind these stairs here, another stone brick stair. Another stone brick stair facing those 2 stairs. Another stone brick stair going back. Another stair facing it. And when we get to this section here, we're just going to place down a stone brick slab coming off both the ends of the stairs here. And a stone brick stair on both sides on the end like that. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some brick stairs. We're going to place down a brick stair like that in between these 2 stairs. One behind it. And also coming off this front stair here, we're going to place down a stair facing it like that for the very end, so you have something that looks like that from above. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods, and we're going to go ahead and take end rods and run it down along in between these stone brick stairs. So going all the way back here, just like this, end rods, all the way back here until you get to this stone brick upside down stair right there. Anyways, once you guys have that done, that's going to do it for layer 8, and with that, we'll move on to our last final layer, layer 9. Alright guys, so moving on to our last final layer, we have layer number 9. For layer 9, we're going to go ahead and start off by taking black carpet. We're going to place down a row of 2 across, those 2 nether brick fence posts there. We're then going to place down an iron trapdoor on the back here like this, followed by a black carpet, again on both sides like that. And we're also going to take our black carpet and place down a row on top of those nether brick fence posts there as well. After that's all finished, we're going to go ahead and go to this first upside down stone brick stair. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 iron trapdoors, and go over here to the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 iron trapdoors like that. After that's all complete there, we're going to take our stone brick slabs, place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stone brick slabs going forward, and same thing over here on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 stone brick slabs going forward. In the middle here, we're going to go and take our brick slabs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 brick slabs, followed by a iron trapdoor on the very end there like that. We also do have to add the ladder symbol on the side here, so we're going to go ahead and grab our banners. This is something that I forgot to do in the previous layer, but we'll go ahead and do it now. No big deal. And we'll go ahead and grab it. We have our banners here, and just like that. So for this, we're going to go ahead and start off on the left or the right side here. We're going to place down the L on this stone brick upside down stair. A, D, D, E, R, and 3 for ladder 3. And go over to the opposite side here. We're going to start off with 3. We're going to place down the R, E, D, G, L, A. Or A, L, oh, my bad. So you have the ladder on this side, so it reads left to right. And over here on this side, it will also be reading left to right as well, looking at it. So just like that. Anyways, once you guys have that all done, that's going to do it for ladder 3 from the New York Fire Department. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial, and again, this video is dedicated to the first responders of 9/11 that a lot of them gave their lives to try to help save others. and all that stuff. So this is a way to kind of remember them and honor them and everything like that. Anyways, hope you guys do enjoy the build. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be the thing from a side of the build, tweet to my channel or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. Just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for when doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting these types of tutorials. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.